We're already live. We're live. And welcome back to Man Down Sports. As I promised, Full Panel Friday is still going on, man. We kind of early, really. I was gonna say on time, but this is
man
early.
said early.
We in there, baby. We in there, man. And we got basketball to discuss. We got football to discuss. Get into it. Hey, Chris, you got can you access the picks for Yahoo when we get to that part?
Absolutely can.
All right, easy. When we get there, because I want to talk about some of these picks. I know some of y'all, like Dominque, probably didn't even pick. So you gonna be
like y'all picks?
Yes,
yeah,
sir.
I know I'm up. You gotta be in commission mode.
I know I'm up. I just didn't pick yet.
You ain't picked yet. Lord have mercy.
You already a game.
Game already done passed.
Just pick the games, Lord.
Just
pick the games, man.
Game already done passed, Dom. Don't worry about it. Stay where you at.
You already down 0-1 now, Dominque. But that's cool.
She down 0-1 to everybody.
Yeah.
Who picked the Ravens anyway?
I
did. Me and Britne.
So look, they down 0-1 too, Dominque. At least pick this game tonight. Just go pick this game, man.
Let's go pick the right.
It ain't hard. It ain't hard. Click the link. Lord have mercy.
It is hard. There's some password thing, a passcode, and a password. That's a lot.
I already told. I was about to say it out loud, but
don't do
it. You got to phone a friend.
Yeah, you know you.
Let me see if I can. Hold on. Let me see if I can.
Pulling up the email.
Okay.
Straight private school, we're gonna act like that.
I know. All right, man.
Like passwords.
I know. Wow, passwords, numbers, everything in it, nigga. I know. All I know is that Britne didn't do it either.
No, she picked.
She did. I thought she said she doesn't like fantasy.
No, she fantasy, but this is pick'em.
Well, I'm lost. I lost money last night on Underdog Sports, man.
I lost a lot of money last night.
So we don't make any money from this.
From what?
No, this is just to see who's who.
This is just
this was an easy. Honestly, it was an easy way to keep track of who you picked because we picked last year, but we all did it.
And I lost track of the records and everything. I was like, you know what? Let me just do the pick'em league, and that way I can keep track of everybody's records so we can see who called the season the best at the end of the year.
Facts.
Yeah, man.
I don't know how to see all y'all picks though, like for the entire week. I can just see after the game is over.
Yeah, hey, I know mine.
Even if you're the commish,
I'm good all year. Even at the end. Even at the end of the year, my shit should be good.
Say to the last game, huh?
Yeah, to the last game.
You can't. The Chiefs are not going 17-0. I can tell you that right now.
Look at him, boy. That motherfucker. That look at hate just came up out of nowhere, just straight out his chest. He couldn't breathe.
You can't go.
That not going 17 already. As soon as I said that, he couldn't even. The 17-0 nigga, he ain't never gonna make it.
Dang.
Boy.
Hey,
Chris is hype, man. Hey, man, in 2053, you will have your day too, bro.
That is crazy. You mean in 2024, 2025, actually, because that's when the Super Bowl is.
Y'all ain't coming out the NFC.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, I ain't coming out the NFC. Atlanta gonna beat y'all some shit. Watch.
What?
Hey, watch what you say. I ain't got nothing to do with this, but watch what you say.
Atlanta gonna wear your ass out somewhere.
Oh man, yeah, I can't find a way to see all y'all's picks.
Let me see.
Hey, I know who I picked.
Yeah, I know who I picked last night.
Don't sound like the commissioner to me.
Man,
I am commissioner, but I don't know how to.
Yeah.
Hey,
well, before we get started, man, everybody that's in here, hit the thumbs up button. We need y'all to hit the like button as soon as y'all get in. We got a super chat that just came in. We appreciate that super chat. Fan of the panel, especially when Dominque sips the tea and brings smoke. Wonder if you can read my super chat from the Dominque Wilkins chat that you missed. Peace. Yeah, I will read that, and I apologize for missing that one, but I read that. But before we get there, like I said, like button for sure. If you're new, hit the subscribe button. Hit the share button if you already hit the like button and you already subscribed, and let's get some more people in here. But we gotta acknowledge our members, because the members make it a lot easier for us to continue to make content, man, because y'all are paid members and you make it worth our while to come in here and spend hours on this. And it's just not what you see on the panel. It's like a lot of stuff that go behind the scenes that we're doing. Like people actually do research on this stuff too. So like it's crazy. And then of course we got to produce a show, man. But I appreciate all the members. And we got some new members, I think, too. Dominique, you got the list?
I sure do.
Okay.
I can read them. One moment.
Thank you.
So we have 6th Floor Slim, Keith Brazel, 7 Arnold, Ryan Walters, Chris Anderson, Beast Mode Bones, Jay Barrett, Evan Brown, WW, Shay J, R Bean, Jeffrey, Liquid Swords, Shy Rider, A Harkins, Michael, Wizman Ballin, and Malachi Israel.
Oh, it's
Thank
one
you
more.
guys for being members.
It's one more list.
Oh, there is?
Yeah.
We have a lot of members.
Yeah,
I love it. Okay. The Real Mr. Cooper, That Cool Dude, Ida Tomlinson, E. King, Steve Calbert, Right Hand Cam, love that name. The Dejoka, cool too. Scott Merriweather, Unspoken Voices, Taco Master.
Yep.
Thank you guys.
Taco Master in here every single time.
Yeah.
Yo,
Right.
Taco one of them ones.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can find that super chat real quick, because
But while you do that, I just looked it up. I can't look at the picks until the game is locked, which is 5 minutes before the game.
Man, we already one game already over with, bro. I know you can.
Yeah, I seen the picks. That's why I said me and Britne were the ones that picked the Ravens. Everybody else picked the Chiefs.
Oh,
Did you see me?
Everybody else.
I did join.
You joined what?
And I did my picks.
The picks.
You joined what?
Yeah.
You picked Dominique.
There was no passcode. There was no nothing. I don't know.
It's gonna be all right. Don't worry about it.
I just
picked. Are you A the Great?
Yeah.
Okay, she in there. She in there.
That's me.
That's what I'm talking about.
Did she make her picks?
I did.
Can't see.
So
Well,
for
she said
tonight,
she did.
She picked KC.
Well, she can't pick that one. That game is over.
I can't pick. I
You're gonna
tried.
go from tonight on down.
Yeah, everybody know who won that one.
I
Okay,
did.
yeah.
So
Scott
tonight I
Holder
did
did.
pick Philly.
Scott Holder did give us a $10 super chat on the live I just ended.
Shout out to you, Scott Holder.
He said Kobe versus Melo 2009 playoffs. Melo was roasting Ariza, and G3. In game 3, Kobe took him. Even undersized, he fought him for every possession. Maybe not stopping Melo, but making him work. Only had 30 plus 1 out of the 4 games. Yeah, that was, and I saw that. Now Ariza had a good series that time, and I think Denver should have beat them. And I think the Kobe and the Lakers, just me being honest, I think Kobe and the Lakers got a little home cooking. But that was the first year Chauncey Billups had got there, and he turned that squad around. Melo was playing lockdown defense. He was in the best shape he ever been. And I watched that series, and I was pissed that they I felt like they cheated Denver. But you're right, Kobe did battle Melo in the post. Like I mean, he had no business down there on 6'8", 235-pound Melo. He had no business down there, but he did it. Cedric Franklin, new member. I appreciate you for being a member and joining the family, man. But let's get started, man, because we don't have a lot of time, y'all. So somebody share this in the group chat. Was it Dominique?
Yeah, I did.
It was Dominique.
No. It was Chris. Sorry, it was Chris. But we were chatting about it.
Yeah, we chatted about it right afterwards. Yeah.
All right. So this is what Shaquille O'Neal said about Rudy Gobert, and then this is Gil's Arena reacting to it. And then we're going to react to that. So here it is.
So Shaq is known as one of the best centers of all time, but he is not a fan of many centers that came after him. So recently did an interview with his son Miles for Complex. Miles asked him who the worst player of all time was.
Damn.
And this was his response. Damn, Miles.
Walt NBA player.
It's Rudy Gobert.
Oh my God, I knew he was going to say Rudy Gobert.
Rudy Gobert.
He's worse than Ben Simmons?
Ben Simmons is another bum. No, because you know why?
I'm sorry to Rudy Gobert.
Because I'm going to tell you why. If you sign a contract for $250, show me $250. It's the reason why I walk funny and why I can't turn my neck and why I can't do it, because I play for my 120. So you got guys like him that the system over, they're making all this money and they can't play. So I don't respect guys like that. Like every time I make these comments, people think I'm hating, but these are facts. You got teachers, you got firemen, you got doctors who have real jobs and don't get paid shit.
So Shaq said people think that I'm hating, but these are facts. So the clip got to Rudy Gobert apparently because he just responded in the last hour. We had to create a fake account that he couldn't block so we could actually see the tweet. But here's what he blocked. Yeah, you been blocked me. Sacre bleu. Here's what the here's
been blocked you for real.
Who the fuck follows Rudy Gobert?
I'm just Rudy known to block.
Rudy didn't block.
He blocked you. He defensive player of the year on Twitter as well.
Got that block.
Leading blocks. Yeah, but the clip got to Gobert. Here's what he quote tweeted in response. He said, "It is sad to see someone that has accomplished as much as you did, Shaq, both in sports and business, still be triggered by another man's finances and accomplishments. I get the entertainment part, but unlike other folks, you don't need that stuff to stay relevant."
I hate the relevant part.
Yeah, like nigga, you ain't relevant,
right? I don't like when people use that. Like, man, like his job is to talk sports. You're an athlete.
But
right?
Shaq is.
Because I guarantee you,
Shaq will always be relevant.
If we don't talk about
every commercial,
if we don't talk about you, you're not relevant.
All right.
And if we don't mention you at all, you're gonna be thinking about all these accomplishments I'm doing. Why I can't get on TV? Because nobody wants to talk about you.
But at the same time,
Nobody wants to talk to you.
Don't you gotta feel some type of way every time somebody talk about you as negative, like for Rudy Gobert? Like every time
he's that guy.
He's just a goofy. Like,
he's just that guy, dog.
Like, that's why you shouldn't say nothing though. That's why you shouldn't say nothing.
No, but
like,
he
is though.
He's that guy.
Imagine that being you.
It's that guy. Like you just that guy.
Because we look at it, right? This man got like we honest with this shit, man. This man got 4 defensive player of the year trophies at home, dog.
But that's not his fault though.
It's not. No, but it's not. It's definitely
but it
not.
comes with it.
But the fact that he has.
You're watching.
I'm sorry, an ad tried to come through.
He has them there, right? It's not his fault. They gave him to him. He gave him to whatever he has them. So now there's room for people to feel away and critique him at the highest level because you have accolades now to stack up for other people. So now people look at him and be like, he's not that fucking good.
Mm-hmm. But he's just a goofy.
He's not like
it's like something.
It's not that he's not like if he had one defensive player, everybody be like, okay, yeah,
all right, cool.
He's like that.
Yo, no, please don't give me that award.
No,
Please don't give me that award.
If he won it, if he just had one, that's great for him. We were like, yo, Rudy was nice.
Early Rudy.
No, just any. Maybe
first. After he did all this shit.
But no.
Patient zero. He was patient zero in the NBA.
But when you're talking about when you say four,
it don't matter.
It automatically puts you in a realm of you're thinking about Ben Wallace,
first ballot,
you're gonna start thinking
ballot Hall of Fame.
But this era Biggs is not like that. We can't compare him.
It don't matter. But it just makes your brain go to this.
Nick, you watch basketball for a long time, right?
So when y'all hear,
you think he's a better defensive player than Hakeem Olajuwon.
So when y'all hear all the other awards, do y'all go back to them? Y'all hear fucking Joker win 3 MVPs? Did I go back to them? I don't hear y'all talk about Joker like that.
Everybody got pissed off when I said, Joker is the worst 3-time MVP in the last 40 years.
True statement.
All right, so somebody's got to start first before we even get to Shaq's comments. The first thing I want to address, everything that the Gills Arena was saying, Kenyon Martin, Gilbert Arenas, Nick Young, is any of that relevant to the actual comment that Shaq made? Like they're talking about him winning 4 defensive player of the years. And the question was, who's the worst player of all time? Right. So before we get to Shaq, is anything they said relevant?
I think when they got to like comparing them and like in the realm of other defensive players who have won it as many times as him, I think that was kind of relevant because I was gonna mention that, Ben Wallace does have 4, but Rudy's 4 doesn't match Ben Wallace's 4. You know what I'm saying? Especially we've seen how Rudy gets cooked consistently as a big man inside, right? You're not doing that to Ben, right? That was something big for me.
You fell for it. You fell for the trap. Is it relevant to who the worst player of all time is? The worst player that ever played in the NBA.
I don't think Rudy's the worst, but
okay, so
that's the point. Yeah,
go ahead. So I'm sorry.
I think that is the point. Like what Shaq said was, it can't be seen as nothing but intentional hate for Rudy, because Rudy ain't the worst player of all time. He ain't even close to it
By far.
Like he just not like. Does he have spells where he's really, really bad on defense? Absolutely, and he does have those DPOYs. But he's not the worst. He ain't the worst player of all time. He ain't the worst player in the league right now. It's just the comment was aimed directly for whatever reason. This is what Shaq likes to do. And he says, and I know if Rudy comes back and has an all-star season, Shaq will say, "Yep, that's exactly what I wanted him to do, right there. Yeah, it was used for motivation. That's exactly what I wanted him to do." Like that's what he did to the White. That's what he does to any of these big men. So him saying that that's what he's gonna say. But no, Rudy Gobert is not the worst player of all time, and Shaq said that to pick on Rudy Gobert like he did JaVale McGee for so many years and all these other dudes that he liked to talk about. So now what they were talking about was basketball related stuff. We just simply saying who's the worst player of all time, and it ain't Rudy Gobert, so Shaq was wrong.
Yeah, and don't get on no platform in front of millions of people that's gonna potentially see it and try to motivate me by criticizing me. That ain't even critique. Like if I played bad and you say I played bad, that's critique. Mm-hmm. This is what you did bad. This is what you could do better. That's critique. Saying I'm the worst player of all time, that's not critique. So you can't tell me it's motivation if you've never personally called that person and tried to motivate them. You get what I'm saying? That don't even make sense for me to motivate someone I've never talked to. That's not motivation, right? Call me and say, "Hey, man, you part of the big man fraternity. Do X, Y, and Z." That's. But then again, Kareem didn't talk to Shaq directly either. He used to go to the LA newspaper and radio shows and say stuff about Shaq. So maybe that's where he learned it. But it's definitely hating. He definitely got something against Gobert. He definitely
there for sure.
Fruit is easy to pick on him, and I didn't like how the Gills Arena just piled on him and started talking about irrelevant stuff. Who cares if he got 4 defensive MVPs or player of the years, and you don't think he's as good as Ben Wallace or Hakeem Olajuwon? So the heck what? That should show you how watered down your league is, and what other 7-footer switching on guards like Luka and whoever else he guarding and say, "Don't come help. Let me try to take this on." Like, it'd be nice to have a 7-footer that can switch on someone. You can say, "All right, we don't need the double." If you make the shot, you make the shot. But they making it over contestant 7-foot outstretched arm. So I'm cool with Rudy Gobert. But yeah, go ahead, Dom.
I think that this is just all a byproduct of the beef, that it's the battle of the eras. This is just another iteration of that. I think anytime a young player or an old player has an opportunity to answer something, they just tie it back to that. Oh, they take a shot at somebody, anybody. That's what it sounds like to me. It's beyond, to me, hating for Shaq, like him just hating on Rudy Gobert. He, I think, has a legit beef with him. I think it was, how many years ago was it? Probably maybe like 3 or 4 seasons ago, when Gobert, maybe right before he got traded from Jazz, he made comments that he was the best big man, that he could cook Shaq, that he,
that's probably what did it.
Shaq got mad at his contract too.
Yeah, so it's 2 things. So, I think that Shaq, I don't think he's hating on the money that players are making today. I think that I think that there's just a general feeling among Shaq and guys from earlier days that these players are not earning their paychecks, that they're stealing money from the NBA, and they're basically, what's the word? Like working the system. They don't like that, and I think it comes from that place. And as long as that generation of older guys think that today's NBA is soft, I don't think that this is going to get any better. I don't think that I think they're going to continue to make like really nasty comments about them. Rudy Gobert is not the worst player that ever played in the NBA. Do I think he's worth $250 million? No. But these are the contracts that players are getting. So he's
only
been
gonna get
Defensive
worse.
Player of the Year. He's got teams. Yeah.
You know what's crazy though? I just think he just said the question wrong. Like he could have said Rudy Gobert is the most disappointing fucking player.
Of course.
Right? He could have
And
said
is that even true? Is he even the most
Oh
disappointing?
no, he's very disappointing.
I don't know. Chris, do you really believe that though? Do you think he's the most disappointing, or would you say Bradley Beal? You love Kevin Durant.
Well, you're basing it off of one
I'm just
season
trying to
that was injury riddled. Rudy Gobert has been healthy and still gets cooked in his position.
Bradley Beal was on the floor, so if somebody's on the floor, they're ready to rock and roll.
I think it's a difference though, because Bradley Beal, I think whatever Bradley Beal had, he just ain't got it no more.
I actually agree with you. I agree with you, Eric. I don't think he was ready to play for a big market team. I don't think he was ever really as good as we all thought he was. I think he shined on the Wizards. That's what I think.
That's about the history of his career. But Gobert is definitely not the worst player in the NBA. I think Shaq know that. But that's how you get at somebody. You know what I mean? You get on a big platform.
He really hates it.
And you shoot the shot across the bow. And that's what he did.
Who is
I know a lot of people are disappointed in Rudy Gobert for $250 million. But hey, man, hey, bro, get your money, man. Do you, dog? Go out there and get crossed up and 3 shot in your face and everything. Hey, man, hey.
You guys notice they talk a lot about the honor. You know what I mean? They talk about these contracts. They talk about, he walks funny. If you notice, he mentioned that how he walks now. I think older guys just take a lot of pride in getting out there and playing every game, as many games as they could. I think they take a lot of pride in being tough and being like really grown men, where you don't see that in a lot of locker rooms today.
Yeah. Hey, you can't cash tough in at the bank nowhere. I swear to God, I done tried 5 or 6 times. The shit keep bouncing. I don't know what it is. But that tough guy, man, you can't take none of that to the bank. If you're able to do a professional sport and come out on top with your pockets full and you're in good health, man, God bless you. And if they paying more now than what they was paying back then, that's not his fault. The league got finesse, not Rudy Gobert. You know what I'm saying? Give me $250 million. I'll go out there and foul all over the place. I swear to God.
Yep. All right. And we're not gonna open the phone lines up for this one. But I mean, I think we did. I mean, y'all were kind of saying the same thing I was thinking, man. You definitely can't make that claim. And the crazy thing about it, what Shaq said is he said it was a fact. It's not a fact that he's the worst player that the league has seen. I mean, that don't even make sense, man.
Numbers go with facts.
And Ben Simmons catching a stray is crazy.
Yeah. Ben Simmons, he said he's a bum too. Like, I just don't believe in calling players bums as in the league. Like,
you muted, Zoe.
Come on, man, it's the league. Huh?
I was telling Zoe he was muted.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. He got him with
but
that one.
Let's move on, man. So Gilbert Arenas said some more ridiculous stuff as well.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Racking it up, huh?
Gil is staying in the algorithm is what Gil
Yeah, for sure.
Pretty much.
This ain't a long clip. Because I didn't get the full 2-minute joint of it, man. It's just real quick of what he said, man. Y'all go find this interesting though.
They will never bring up Michael Jordan. He's not real today. He's real, like we know who he is, but the only people who bring him up is when LeBron James name get. That's the only reason Michael Jordan is relevant. Well, I remember we was playing Boston and you over here laughing at Shaq. Where you going? You too big. Oh, you out of shape. And I'm sitting here like, nigga, no one talk to Shaq like that.
Michael Jordan is not relevant unless LeBron James is mentioned. Eric, is that true?
I mean,
oh no,
that's the wrong person to ask to start this shit off.
I mean, if you want to be honest.
Oh no, E.
If you want to be honest, nah, I'm bullshit, man. Jordan will always be relevant, bro. Every time you look down on your feet, he's relevant. He's still regarded by most analysts as the most greatest basketball player that's ever lived. Y'all know I went and seen Magic and Stephen A. They had a show out here in LA, and Magic Johnson said they asked him hands up who was the greatest player he's ever seen, and he said Michael Jordan. He said hands down Michael Jordan is the greatest player he's ever seen, and it is what it is. But his name now does simultaneously come up with LeBron, only as a comparison though, because I think Jordan is the standard. So I think they will always compare everybody to Jordan. They just had what's my man name? Anthony Edwards. They're going to start comparing him to Jordan, but you know, Jordan is he's accomplished so much, man. I think it's just, and he's everywhere. You know, it's like I said, it's on your feet. So I think it's hard to even put him in another atmosphere right now. He's in another atmosphere. I think everybody else is just trying to get there.
Yeah, I think it's 100%. I'll go, but come on. But like, I honestly, you know what I think? I think by design, it's the other way around. Like every time LeBron's name is brought up, it's going to be brought up in GOAT conversations, and he's going to be compared. You can't. The standard don't got to compare himself to nobody. Like he's the standard. This is the standard. Like he said, everybody else is trying to get to that standard. He stands alone. Like you don't, LeBron, that's not why he's relevant. He's relevant because he's the standard. That's why he's relevant. And everybody has been chasing that standard since he played. So at the end of the day, I think Gil's clutch sports check cleared. And so when that check clears, you got to say some outlandish things. He knows how to stay in the algorithm. At this point, is he trolling? Like, is he trolling, or does he really believe that, or because he worked with Bronny before the draft, or because him and Bron cool, or you know, I don't really know. What is it? Why
somebody took a piece of paper and said, "We got paid for you to say this," because there's no way you come out your mouth and say this and believe it.
Only reason that's crazy to me.
That doesn't even make any sense. The only reason Mike is relevant is because he comes up in conversation with LeBron. I don't understand how that works when you are constantly comparing LeBron. Yes, sir. When you're constantly comparing LeBron to Mike. That's not how relevance works.
Yeah, not at all.
The person being compared to is always going to be relevant because, like Zoe said, that's the standard.
Hey man, and then there's nothing you can do about 6 championships. There's nothing you can do about multiple time MVPs. There's nothing you can do about the way he closed out some of those series. That shit is epic. Like
it's etched in stone.
Yeah, there's nothing you can do. I had to admit, LeBron, even I think if LeBron got a couple more championships, I think it would be more debatable. But I honestly think the only thing I say is this: I don't think we're really going to appreciate LeBron until he's gone.
I mean, I think I do appreciate him. It's just he deserves so much pushback for some of the antics and some of the antics that his media, workers are pushing out there. But Young Disciple, appreciate you for coming a member. Appreciate that. But I want to hear from Dominque on this as well.
Well, I would say that Gilbert Arenas he's a part of the campaign. He's a part of the campaign to make sure that, young guys today don't have to be compared to the standard. So Michael Jordan accomplished all these things. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar accomplished all these things. Shaquille O'Neal, like all of these people, they have done so much in their careers, and no one today wants to be compared to any of it. They can't handle the pressure. They can't handle the level at which they have to reach to say that, okay, well, I'm a top whatever number you want to be. If you want to be top 20, you got to get past this person. They don't want that. They want to decide what those milestones are going to be. And unfortunately, in basketball, in the history of basketball, you've got to surpass the incumbent. So LeBron's job was to worry about facing off against Kobe Bryant. His, like, the person he was supposed to be trying to get past was Kobe. He wasn't able to do that. So there was a marketing campaign and a gimmick surrounding the GOAT. And we're just going to skip over this person and create an entire campaign and debate between myself and Michael Jordan wearing the jersey number 23. That's also marketing, right? We know that this number is going to sell. So that's going to sell. This is going to shape my entire career because I'm going to be compared to Michael Jordan throughout my entire career. I'm going to start this from now. And so because of that, we have to go ahead and chip away at all of these accomplishments from the past so that that's no longer what you actually have to surpass. Okay, I don't have to get MVPs. I just have to get stats. I don't have to win rings. These are team accomplishments, even though this is a fucking team sport. So this is a team sport where everybody plays together and everything is predicated on every single person on your team. Assists, rebounds. You can't get that without boxing out an opposing player, right? You can't, well, I guess you can get rebounds without boxing out these days, but
you still can.
But you guys get my point, is that now the media in conjunction with the players, this is, I just think it's twofold. It's media, it's the NBA, it's the referees, it's the players. They're trying to shape a new NBA and trying to essentially get rid of all of the standards that that you have to reach because nobody's reached them yet.
Can I ask y'all a question though, real quick?
Yeah.
If y'all had the power to do it though, and it was you was a player, you had that kind of influence.
I know where you're going.
You wouldn't
create media narratives.
You wouldn't create some of that hype.
No.
I would. If I had the power, so let me tell you what I would do though. If I had the power to shape the media, I would be trying to shape it for positive. I would not be trying to discount players that got me where I am today. LeBron would not have a lifetime Nike deal if it weren't for the success that Michael Jordan had. So that's the problem that I have. Sports are supposed to bring people together. We're not supposed to be polarizing individuals as athletes. White, black, Jewish, no matter what religion you are, no matter what race you are, football still does that. Football brings people together and it's racist as a mug, right? Like between the owners, the coaches, the things that go on, the Super Bowl still is rising every single year in television ratings. NBA finals declining every year because football is still bringing people together somehow, even with racism, division, what happened with Colin Kaepernick. People don't play about football. But when you look at basketball, it's so polarizing. And that's because of the LeBron machine and the narratives, and because they don't stick together. The eras don't even respect each other.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So Dominque Wilkins came out about that. He said he hates how, and I'm going to talk about this on my show, he hates how the young players today have to shit on them to elevate themselves. It's a deflection. Hey, I'm not accomplishing enough in my career. I play or average 30 games a season out of 82 every year. So I'm going to say that it's harder now. That's why I can't get on the court and play. I'm going to say, there's social media. So, in comparison to back in the day where they were allowed to jump out of, bushes on you, they were allowed to park out in front of your house and stalk you and harass you. That wasn't hard. But I'm going to say today that I have mental health issues and I can't get on the court. And I'm not saying mental health.
You going into a whole new take. I'm not trying to. I'm just saying that there's, we keep moving, we keep making excuses for why we don't do our jobs or why we can't accomplish something because we are saying that something is so different today. And yes, everything is different, but we could say that about the yesteryear game too. They didn't have the proper shoes. They didn't have the proper technology. They didn't have the proper facilities. Like everything is different. So we just need to I'm with you on that. I'm with you on that. It's different.
Generation. It's
different, but I think going into that part of it on how society is different and the league is different, neither one of them is right or wrong, right? There's nothing wrong with saying the league was tougher in the 90s and early 2000s than it is now. It's a little softer now. They're both good for what they're good for. But when you're comparing the players that came out of those eras, of course, you're going to have more or higher regard for the players who got through the tougher era, right? But neither one of them is right or wrong. So if a player is playing in this era and they're load managing and they need a mental health break or whatever the case may be, more power to you. I'm not against nobody's mental health. I'm not telling nobody that you have to do it like Jordan did and forsake all and forsake your family and do all that stuff and do it like Kobe did. Like, come on, like these dudes threw themselves into the game so much. We respect it, but we're not asking everybody to do that.
We're not.
But we also want is if you're not going to be able to do it like Kobe and Mike did, don't ask us to compare you to them. But
and don't say that they weren't good.
I'm not going to criticize the player. I'm not going to criticize the players who need the mental break though, because that's a real thing.
It is a real thing. I'm not saying it's not real. All I'm saying is that we like to, we like to literally put down the previous generations and say things that don't necessarily add up.
Mm-hmm. I'll say this, and we can keep pushing, man. Until you get your jersey retired by a team you never played for, you'll never be the GOAT.
Sheesh.
That's crazy.
That's still some of the coldest shit I've ever seen.
That's cold.
I seen jersey. I seen his what? He ain't never played a second in Miami.
My question for you guys though is why do you think that LeBron James wears number 6, number 23 if him and his camp don't really view these past generations as being any good?
That's a daggone good question. That's a daggone good question.
They weren't that good. If they weren't skilled, like why throw on Bill Russell's jersey? Like, what is the point? He wasn't any good. He sucked.
Yeah, nobody was skilled in that generation.
He was a plumber.
Now can we be honest though? Let's be honest. Now we got to tell the truth.
Okay, we do.
People are listening. The basketball players that played back in some of those days though were not as elite basketball players as they have today. Like Bill Russell, Wilt Chamberlain, like some of the people they played against were not all-star athletes. Like Boston had a dynasty. Yeah, they won 11 championships, bro. Like who was they playing in some of these championships?
I only disagree because they were playing the Lakers or they were playing the Celtics. They had a much smaller league. So they had a saturation of nothing but good players, just like the WNBA. When you have 12 teams in a league, all of those players are going to be the very best. I'm not saying that they had all of them had handle and all this great skill. I'm just saying that they weren't a bad league. They were people with talent. And we need to respect.
I'm not saying they didn't have talent, but did you see how big Bill Russell was compared to some of them?
Well, look, if the talent pool is full of 4-star athletes, let's say 5 being the best. Let's say we got 5-star athletes now and more 5-star. But if the talent pool in the NBA was full of 4-star athletes, and you're a 4-star athlete competing against 4 stars, then that's the same thing as a 5-star athlete competing against 5 stars right now.
You're saying it's competitive.
Yes. I mean, it's still a competitive league. The only thing when you're talking about the greats is in a 4-star league, right? You got a team full of 4 stars. Bill Russell might have been the only 5-star that was there. And in this league full of 5 stars, LeBron, Steph, and KD might be the only 5+
6
stars. You get what I'm saying? So the greats are always a notch above what the talent pool is. So the greats are always playing against competition. It don't matter what it is. I mean, you can grab a great player then and say this great player now might have more to his game or more wiggle. If you go into the 60s, probably. But if you go into the 90s, I guarantee you it's the same thing. That's nothing new. I think by the time we got to the 90s, there was nothing new. Not even the Harden step back is new.
No, it's
like
not
all this stuff we have been done. We're not doing nothing new except we're letting travels go. That's about it.
And that's exactly what I was about to say. Like the thing that has changed
You can carry and travel the ball.
Game. I can carry, I can travel, I can double dribble, I can take 5 steps in the post pivot on the triple step. I can change my pivot foot, and it's not gonna get called, bro.
And you can also run over defenders, like nothing that I've ever seen.
Like that's what changed. Like I think that yes, the skill level is gonna look amazing if I'm not allowed to play defense.
Can someone address Young Disciples' comment though? Because I want to know when LeBron dogged Kobe, because I saw LeBron scared of Kobe at every turn.
No, so on this super
saw.
chat, I'll get to this because this is a good point. He said when LeBron didn't meet Kobe in the finals, that's because he lost to Boston and then he lost to Orlando, and which both of those teams did meet Kobe in the finals those 2 years.
Yep.
When Kobe repeatedly dogged him in the All-Star games, which is true. When Kobe saved him in the Olympics, which is true, it was over then. Don't even compare him to MJ. 6'5'4". That's a good point.
Good point. 6'5'4".
Very good point. All right, let's move on to
out there saying that that LeBron cooked Kobe. That's what he was saying in the chat.
I mean, it's probably a couple of times he got the best of Kobe. I'm pretty sure he was. I mean, we know Kobe was the better player, so we know what it is.
Yeah,
but all right, let's get to football really quick, man. We'll recap last night's game, man.
Man,
what y'all see from it?
What a way to start the season, man.
Y'all want me to start?
Sure. Sure.
Y'all deserve it. Winning team can speak first. Go ahead, E.
Hey man, I mean we just did it again, man. And actually I think that was a sloppy game for us, to be honest with you. I thought it was a sloppy game for us. I thought they was dropping passes. Juju caught a pass and had it in his hands and dropped it on the ground. I'm saying, man, what are you doing, brother? But yeah, I think that was a sloppy game and we still beat them. So, and there was no reason that they should have came back. That should have been a blowout, to be honest with you. It should have been a blowout. We had multiple opportunities to get up by 3 scores.
Hey, did y'all think I was psychic last night?
A little bit.
You called the whole game, Mel.
A little bit.
He was ahead of everybody else.
No, I wasn't, man. I was calling that jump way before. I was using the same app y'all was using to watch the game. Yeah, I was not ahead. I was calling that jump way ahead.
Nah, but you know what? I'll say this. They said that Baltimore got a new O-line and it looks worse than the old O-line.
It didn't look good, but this game won though.
It is game 1, and you gotta allow time to gel. But we seen it with the penalties. First off, that was crazy. They not playing about those illegal formations. You could thank Jawan Taylor, your tackle down there, Eric, for these penalties that these lines is gonna be getting.
Hey, they changed the rule, man. Y'all didn't hear?
What?
That's why they kept calling it. They changed the rule. You got to be up on the line now. You can't cheat back like that no more.
Or your helmet got to be with the center.
They didn't change the rule. That rule was already there. They
just enforcing it now.
They put the emphasis on it.
Jawan Taylor was so bad last year.
They putting the emphasis on it.
Hey, they got to call like 3-4 times on them.
Yeah, but even still, right? They was able to get through it, and stay in their game and go downfield. But I think you don't get Derrick Henry and then you don't use him in the second half.
Yeah. Well, but I said it. I called it. I said if Kansas City get up by 10 points or more, they're gonna start throwing it more because they're gonna be trying to catch up. And they be hoping for a big play.
I told y'all in the chat though, I was like, y'all gotta stop running Derrick Henry up the middle. Like y'all gotta bounce him outside sometimes.
Hey, that's old.
They're gonna load the box.
That ain't young Derrick Henry. That ain't young Derrick Henry. That's the old Derrick Henry.
Even more why you need to send him outside.
Nah, he ain't kicking out that. Derrick Henry is the type of running back. If he get momentum, he's gonna be hard to stop.
Yeah,
you can get him out the gate.
I think
he's cooked.
But do you know how telling that is? If you only run him up the middle, then you see Derrick Henry in the game. Hey, pinch, it's up the middle, and your play is dead unless you audible out of it.
Wait, are y'all serious? We only got 6 likes. Man, we about to shut this thing down.
Nah, for real.
We only got 6 likes for real.
I don't know.
I'm watching I got the game on right now. Ooh, they just
hold on, let me double check.
Oh, get out of there.
I'm going to check too.
Hopefully that don't come back. As of right now, barring what the flag is, Green Bay just got on the board with a touchdown.
Nah, it went up. It went up.
It went up. It went up to 36.
Man, y'all.
Yeah, we was about to end this live right now.
But I mean, so real quick, I throw my thoughts out there, and then we can pick the game that just started, Philadelphia and the Packers. But real quick, I like Worthy. So y'all got y'all one with Worthy. Hey, good on y'all for that, Eric. Mahomes is Mahomes for sure. The defense looks great. Y'all got pass rush. Y'all stopping the run.
It was in that
y'all had question marks at corner, and they stopping the deep ball. So y'all no complaints there so far. I don't understand why that defense be holding up, and I don't know not one of your linebackers' name. Like
Karlaftis is one of them, or Karlaftis. How you say
like Bolton, Karlaftis.
Come on, for real, right? You know what I mean? Like the way
I think they all pros though.
Look, the way y'all was
all pros.
They young.
They trash though. But the way y'all was using Rice, and every time he got lined up with a linebacker, y'all exposed that linebacker with that same right across the middle. Same one. He got about 6-7 catches with just that one-on-one with a linebacker, which is what Tom Brady did with Wes Walker and Julian Edelman.
Yeah.
You get one-on-one with a linebacker, we go exploit it. If you take the linebacker out and bring in the corner, we go audible into a run and go right up the gut. You're not gonna be able to stop. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it is. So I like that part of it, right? But I think part of the thing with Kansas City is teams be so afraid to give the ball back to Mahomes that they call plays different. You get what I'm saying? Like you want to establish the run, which takes time to do because your first couple of runs you might get stopped, but over time, if you're feeding your running back and that O-line is pushing forward on the run, because they like pushing forward, but better than they like dropping back the block. If they're pushing forward a lot, 1 quarter, 2 quarters, and after a while, that running back start getting a whole bunch of yards and y'all start missing tackles. But teams are afraid to establish the run against Kansas City because if they punt 2 times in a row, they might be down 14-0 with how Mahomes put that ball in the air. You know, so I think that's part of it, man. Teams don't really got the patience to exploit y'all defense. I don't know if y'all defense is that good.
Hey, man.
We'll see.
I mean, and it could be that, you know,
time to tell, man.
It could be that because you guys were up, you know, just play blanket coverage just to prevent anything downfield. Those last couple of drives when Baltimore was trying to get back, but Lamar kind of carved up a little bit.
We ain't even got Hollywood Brown back yet.
Are we really like hanging our hat, excited for that?
I mean, I'm excited for it. I mean, I know you probably ain't. People like you ain't excited for stuff like that, but I'm saying.
I mean, it's not even a Chiefs hate thing. It's Hollywood Brown.
I just need somebody to go to the other side of the field, opposite of Worthy.
Rasheed Rice.
Yeah, but I think he's good up the middle. And I think Kelsey isn't the Kelsey of old. I think he's still good. I think he's still dependable. But
I ain't even gonna talk about Kelsey not getting the targets because that was one of the things that jacked me up on Underdog. With his
I know I lost. Yeah, I lost.
His highway patrol looking ass.
Yeah, I know. Now you look like the police.
Insane.
Hey, that black. Hey, you know, everybody asked me why Kelsey changed his look. I said that black girl broke his heart, man.
But I will say this. I will say this.
In my lane after this.
I will say this. I know Mark Andrews is coming off of a pretty bad injury.
Nah, that was crazy.
It's going to take time for him to, you know, get back, you know, to true form.
He got targeted twice last night.
Isaiah Likely.
We double him. We ain't worried about him. We double him
twice. Likely is like
Isaiah Likely, bro.
He's like that. I like that kid.
He might become the number 1 target above Zay Flowers, honestly.
Hey, you know what though? I respect y'all giving the Ravens a lot of credit, but let's be honest, bro. Lamar was their whole offense.
Yeah, he was. And you know what's crazy?
This is a blessing and a curse too, because if like this can't be the norm. Like this is what y'all did last year and it didn't work, right? So y'all went and got Derrick Henry, y'all went and got a new O-line to be more pocket aware, right? And if all you doing is still bumping out and running, I mean, you had more attempts than your starting running back.
Nah,
they went 53 pass attempts, bro. Really 52, but one of them. I mean, it was a fumble, so it was a fumble, so he lost that one. But he went for 52 passes. Like that ain't what y'all brung Derrick Henry in there for.
It's not
13 carries.
and you had 16 as the quarterback.
Yeah,
like,
16.
Come on, bro.
And was taking hits, bro. Taking some hits.
And learn how to slide.
Yeah, I don't
That's
understand. Like they don't. Okay, this is what I was looking at. I know it's game 1, but you always look to see the cobwebs are going to be there, especially because now it's only 3 preseason games and nobody be playing their starters like that. Like nobody does it. Used to have a dress rehearsal preseason game. That way they can take some of the rust off.
It could be the last preseason game.
Be the last preseason game, or either the one before the last preseason game where the starters will get heavy minutes. They didn't do that. And my goodness, the Chiefs, I don't know whether they defensive front 7 is that good, but they were in the backfield all freaking night, bro.
Yeah.
Like I'm like,
There's no show why you had to pay him.
yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like I don't know whether, well, probably a combination of both, but I didn't know whether Lamar's offensive line was that bad or KC's defensive line was that
Both.
good. It was a combination.
It was definitely both, because watching that O-line, you could put it to a stopwatch. It was about 1.5 to 2 seconds, and Lamar Jackson was already looking to escape.
It was bad, and I was like, they're gonna win the game. The Kansas City is gonna win this game because he's going to have to run for his life for the majority of this game. So I gave him a little bit of slack that he had more carries than Derek. But looking at the game, they looked like they abandoned the run and they were just trying to force feed kind of a little bit Zay Flowers. And I felt like he wasn't getting vertical up the field enough. Like we know he's shifty, but get upfield, get as many yards as you can and do that. And then of course, likely, he had I think this was his breakout game. I think it's his 3rd year in the league.
Yeah.
Second or third year, but he's starting to show promise. Like, okay, even with Mark Andrews nursing the injury, and we know what a safety blanket he was for Lamar over the past couple of years. He has more weapons, but I just don't. We'll see next game, but I was looking for them to look different, and they didn't. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I don't think a lot of teams can put the pressure on them on both sides of the ball like Kansas City did. So they'll face a team who offense is not as potent that they might be able to establish the run with Henry Moore. So every team ain't gonna have both. And like you said, Kansas City's defense was in the backfield all night like Fleece Johnson. But let's move to the game is on.
For you guys.
Yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead.
I do. So, what do you guys think about the narrative that Patrick Mahomes does what it takes to win games and Lamar does what it takes to lose games?
I hate it. I don't like it.
It's a terrible narrative. And
like
just to address like that, because I've been seeing a lot like on socials and like on a lot of like talking heads saying that Lamar can't win, and Lamar like they were literally a toe and a misplaced wide receiver away from winning that game. Like if Zay Flowers, and I attribute it to being young, he's still new in the league, so you don't really know. But when your quarterback goes on a scramble drill, you're supposed to find a soft spot and sit. Where Lamar threw that ball to was where Zay was supposed to be sitting at, and Zay was still running. Yeah. So that missed pass was on Zay. That was the game right there.
Can we? Are y'all ready to tell the truth?
Go ahead.
Hey, man, Lamar, bro, is not supposed to be running and scrambling the ball the whole time. If he plays like that, listen, if he plays like that the whole time, they'll never win. No big game. Listen, they'll never win no big games. I'm gonna tell you what it is. I'm not worried about your deep ball because I know you ain't throwing it like that. I know to keep all my linebackers, I can bring my safeties down some. I mean, I can bring my corners down. I can leave my linebackers out. The only thing I'm worried about is you scrambling up the middle. I can hold you. I know you're going to get that out. We knew he was going to get that off. Now, we messed up because we didn't score, but the reality of it is, man, him taking hits like that, him scrambling like that, that's not going to win them no game. Now, he needs to throw the ball, and they need to use that offensive line to dominate the run game. With playing like that, scrambling all over the place, bro, that's not going to get it. And I'm not just saying with us. I'm saying there's a lot of other teams out there that you ain't just going to be able to get that off like that. The Jets got a good defense. You got to put up points, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, I agree with that to a certain extent. But if you running as much as you had to run, I mean, sometimes he didn't have to run. Sometimes it was design runs. Todd Monken in that offense is weird like that, but it catch people off guard most of the time. But when you getting pressure like that, your clock speeds up as far as processing go. You ain't got a lot of time. So I that's why I gave him a pass. I'm like, yeah, I don't like him running that much. I want him to use his athleticism because that's what makes Lamar Jackson.
Without him running, bro, how effective would they have been last night, to be honest? Just take his pass plays, take his runs out and just leave him at pass plays. How many passing attempts really would they have had, bro? How much offense would they have generated last night?
Without the run game?
Without the runs. Without his scrambling and running.
That'll be tough. It'll be tough.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You just can't win like that, bro.
Well, we'll see. He been winning like that, so we'll see. I think if he went on a run last year that Pat Mahomes went on, let's just say some of the things that went in Pat Mahomes' favor went in Lamar's favor. Let's say they allowed their linemen to line up offsides in the backfield for 3 straight games in the playoffs and allowed him to false start for 3 straight games. And then the games where you almost lost it at the end, you running out of the bounds and getting touched by somebody got you a 15-yard penalty to extend your drive, and that happened twice in the playoffs, right? If Lamar just had those 3 things happen to him, he might have been in the Super Bowl instead of Pat Mahomes.
Hey man, you can't touch the quarterback out of bounds, bro. It's a rule now. Now, can Mahomes embellish it a little bit? Can Mahomes fall down extra and roll a little bit?
A little bit.
What you got to do?
A little bit.
Well, what I'm saying is when Lamar get those same,
I know, but holds happen on every play. You're gonna get holding calls.
No, I just want those 3 things: the lineman to false start the whole game, the lineman to line up in the backfield the whole game, and then you to get 15-yard flags on a 3rd down that you didn't get the first down on, and they extended your drive with.
Hey man, listen, man. Hey man, it's
Taylor.
It's hard to be great.
On like 95%.
It's hard to be great, man.
Yeah, see. All right, super chat before we leave. John Wayne, take into consideration in the new NFL, September is the new preseason. With all the changes on the Ravens, I feel they represented themselves well. I don't mind how they look. Either they played a good game. Let's go ahead and pick this Philly game real quick because it's already started and we're about to go and watch it. I picked Philly.
I did as well.
Wouldn't be surprised if the Packers won. The only reason why I picked Philly because that was at home, so I think they get it done. Not expecting them to look spectacular, but I am expecting Jordan Love to look good. And I don't know about Josh Jacobs, but I think Jordan Love's going to look good tonight. What y'all think?
Philly.
I got Philly.
I got Philly as well. It's a neutral site game.
But I want to see. I want to see how the Green Bay play this though.
Definitely.
They already got a pick off of Jalen Hurts on his first pass attempt. So, and Saquon slipped in the backfield and got tackled for a loss. So,
it's not looking good.
It's not looking good to start. But Philly's defense is standing up because they got Green Bay on 3rd and long right now, about to make them force a field goal. So,
well, shit. All right, man. I got Philly.
I got Philly as well. I think we all Philly. Nobody picking Philly. You know, I'm damn sure not picking Green Bay. So
we doing all the picks, or we just doing for today?
No, we just do that because we ran a little bit long pause. So we'll have an opportunity to do that again. Sunday gonna be a good day though, man. But
Sunday gonna be a great day.
Man,
actually, this whole weekend, man, because we football yesterday, football tonight, college football tomorrow.
Caitlin Clark about to beat Nafessa Colley in Minnesota right now. They at halftime. Once she beat Nafessa Colley, that means she beat the other MVP candidate, and they're gonna be like, oh, she's got to be MVP, and Caitlin Clark is gonna get the MVP. So
then they don't even know Nafessa Colley.
They don't. They really don't.
Skip Bayless just said that she's pushing for that Caitlin Clark is the best player in the league.
Sheesh.
Skip Bayless said that. Yeah, we're done.
Not up to
we're done.
I'm just saying that's what it's rampant.
What show did he say that on? He got a show yet?
Twitter.
He still has the Skip Bayless show.
Oh, nobody watches that.
But all right, man. Thank y'all for tuning in. We'll catch y'all on the next one. Y'all might see us again Sunday, maybe. I don't know.
Unless y'all want to go
I
tomorrow.
don't know. We'll see. Y'all let us know. Y'all let us know if y'all want us back Sunday for football. All right. Catch y'all later. Peace.
Guys.
Peace.
Bye-bye.